Hello guys, Condor here, back again for another video, and I'm attempting to try and make daily videos, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. This is day 2. Basically, I decided for this video, because I said I might try to do this, I was going to run through a list of I'd talk about topics that interested me from now on, just for a little bit, and a show that I have enjoyed watching on TV since I was for as long as I can remember, more or less, is Doctor Who. So I thought I'd rank. I've watched all the seasons since the modern revival, and I thought I'd rank them in my personal preference from favourite to least favourite. Actually, no, I'm going to go from least favourite to favourite. But before I begin, I'd just like to say that the gameplay you're seeing now is from a game that you can download on PS4 and PC, and I think maybe Xbox One. The game's called Warframe, and it is absolutely free, and it's a blast to play, so I do recommend giving it a go if you haven't already. Okay. Now we'll get on to the actual topic of the video. That was just something I wanted to throw in there because this game is just that good. I just thought people deserve to know about it. Okay, so from favourite to least favourite, my least favourite at number 10, my least favourite series of Doctor Who, it has got to be, without a shadow of a doubt, Season 9. This was Peter Capaldi's second series, and honestly, I just didn't feel like this season did anything right. I mean, the first 2 episodes, okay, the first 2 episodes of the season were fine. I liked the first 2 episodes. And actually, there was 1 or 2 things this season did okay, I suppose. But, the first 2 episodes were fine, about like Davros and the Daleks, and a big plot twist, and it was cool. And Missy was in it, and Missy for me is just a win. Like, she is just amazing in any scene that she's in, so immediately I'm on board. However, the rest of the season is just so forgettable. Clara is just so. Clara as a companion is just awful this season. The Doctor felt very backseat this season. Like, I feel like, I don't know. In season 8 they tried to make him a darker Doctor, and in season 9 they just backed off from that a lot, and it just left Capaldi feeling a bit flat this season. I really didn't know what to say about it. However, one thing I will say about this season is that this season's second to last episode, I'm not going to go on about the last episode, the season finale was just atrocious. But the second to last episode, Heaven Sent, is actually my favourite Peter Capaldi episode. That episode where he's just on his own trying to solve a problem and just being an absolute dick about it. That was just such a great episode. That was my favourite Capaldi episode. In 9th place is Season 6. This was Matt Smith's second series. Didn't really do anything wrong. However, none of the episodes really stood out apart from in the middle with A Good Man Goes to War and Let's Kill Hitler. They were like the best episodes of the season, and then around that were just some real letdowns because the Almost People and the Rebel Flesh was a really boring episode. The Impossible Astronaut, the silence were cool, but other than that, the episode fell. The silence were used far too much during the season, so their coolness wore off. I get the season was about them, but it just, all in all, and the rest of the episodes, I can't even really tell you. They were just forgettable. But nevertheless, yeah, just that's why it comes second to last. I'll do a list, maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe a bit later, on my favourite Doctors. But that's going to be a much shorter video because I have only watched from the 9th Doctor to the 12th Doctor, although I could include the War Doctor, and I have seen the full run of the 8th Doctor, so I could include him too. However, other than that, I've only seen brief bits of Hartnell, one episode of... Okay, I'm getting off topic. In 8th place is, and this is probably going to be a bit controversial, Season 2. Okay, this is David Tennant's first season. I did not like the whole Dr. Rose relationship this season. It was weird. It got a bit like, I find it unrealistic that the Doctor would ever like fall in love with like a companion or human, if you know what I mean. It doesn't happen, or at least it shouldn't happen. Other than that, the episodes this season, they were pretty great. There was a few ones, like, New, what was it called? New Earth, and episode that was, oh, and the Idiot's Lantern, more like the Idiot's episode. Ugh. In 7th place is Season 3, David Tennant's second season. Now, don't get me wrong, David Tennant was a great Doctor. I just feel like his companions were not on form until like his late game. Like Martha Jones, she just felt like the friend zone companion, and that really dragged the season down for me. However, some of the episodes this season were phenomenal. You had a lot of people didn't like the Lazarus Experiment. I thought it was cool. 42 I liked. The Master Trilogy was great, bringing him back. That was just fucking... They did that phenomenally. Daleks in Manhattan, that was awesome. The first episode of the season, great, but Martha was just so friend-zoney, and I just couldn't stand that. It was just annoying. Okay. In 5th place, no, sorry, in 6th place, is Season 8. Absolutely nothing wrong with this season. It was fine. Clara, again, was a bit stale this season. I feel that Clara dragged Capaldi down for most of his era, which is why Capaldi's not necessarily one of my favourite Doctors, but I still like his run. Season 8 was actually a really good series. I liked the Danny Pink storyline, so Clara was a bit more bearable because she brought him to it. It had a cool ending, reintroducing the Master again as a woman, the Mistress, Missy. That was cool. The Cyberman, there was quite a few episodes in there that I didn't like, but I tell you what, Mummy on the Orient Express was a phenomenal episode. Okay, 5th place is Season 7. This one is kind of diverse. See, it's on 5th place because of the first half of the season, which was phenomenal. Amy and Rory's final half to any season, and they were my favourite companions, although I probably should have saved that for a list on its own. Amy and Rory were just brilliant. They were like something new and something great, because they were just amazing, and to see them go was a tragedy, with lots of good episodes apart from Dinosaur on the Spaceship. That one was shit. And then in the second half there was a lot of good episodes. That was Clara's prime time, if you ask me, when she was with Matt Smith. He helped her out a lot. 4th place is Season 10. I really liked Season 10. That was Capaldi's best season. Bill Potts and Nardole were his best companions. They really helped him to shine. The final episode where they brought back the Master, I feel like they did John Sims a disservice as the Master in that episode. It was a bit shit, but I liked the way he died, though, if you know what I mean. Like, the 12th Doctor had a great death. It was like he just made a mistake, got too cocky, and got caught off guard. It was great, and the entire season was just a bit of a laugh, It wasn't my favourite season, but it definitely had a few good points, and I just wanted to put one of Capaldi's seasons pretty high on this list because, well, this season was most recent in my memory, obviously, and it was actually really good. In 3rd place is Season 1. Season 1 Christopher Eccleston should have had more time. I'm just saying it now. The fact that he only had one season is really disappointing, because this was my first season of Doctor Who, and it was just amazing. There was maybe 1 or 2 weak episodes in it, but that wasn't enough to stop me, because I was just intrigued by the whole concept. And Eccleston was a phenomenal Doctor. He really was. He may not have been the Doctor for very long, but my God, was he a great Doctor. In second place, we have Season 4, David Tennant at his best. Bearing in mind, my favourite episode for... my favourite episode for Christopher Eccleston would actually have to be the Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. I'm going to class that. But for David Tennant, my favourite episode isn't actually in one of his seasons, because my favourite David Tennant episode would actually be The Waters of Mars, and that was a special. I can't remember what that special was for. It might have been Thanksgiving, I don't know. But yeah, season 4 was his best season, because I feel like Donna was probably his strongest companion, in the fact that she was just a mate that he was travelling around with, and he didn't have to have any of that goddamn friend zone or love interest bullshit. She just wanted to be pals travelling the universe, and it was just a great dynamic with phenomenal episodes like Silence in the Library, and The Forest of the Dead, and Unicorn and the Wasp, and the Sontaran Stratagem, the Stolen Planet, and what's it? I can't remember what that last one was called. What was it? I can't remember what the final episode of that season was called, but yeah, the final episode of the season. It was really good, and all in all, like, season 4 was just phenomenal. But my favourite season of Doctor Who, my number one, has got to be season 5. Matt Smith's first season. Matt Smith is a phenomenal Doctor, and one that I knew that I just loved watching from like the get-go. He was absolutely amazing. The reason season 5 is so good is because Amy and Rory were great companions, and I don't know if it was made as a joke, but like Amy was getting like married to like Rory the next morning, and then they travelled, like she ran away with the Doctor, and then like she almost died, and then it was like a little thing where she was like scared and almost died, so she tried to like, you know, get with the Doctor that night for like one night thing, and the Doctor instantly like shut it down. I don't know if that was a joke to the amount of friend zone companions Tennant had, but I actually found that funny. As well as the fact that the entire crack storyline, like the cracks in this, like the cracks in time storyline, that was just absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. The Lodger was... I don't think there was really a dull episode that season, to be fair. There might have been... I don't know, maybe... The Beast Below, or... can't remember the name of it. Probably Amy's Choice. They were a bit... nah, Amy's Choice is actually okay. I don't know. I can't really think of a bad episode from that season. It was a really good season, pretty solid all the way through. That season was just the best season of Doctor Who. And honestly, the show is great. I'm looking for... well, I say I'm looking for... I'm interested to see what Jodie Whittaker does with the role, and we'll have to go from there. But until next time, guys, thank you for coming in for another video. This has been an episode of Condor Games, and... goodbye, friends.